Cool. And you can see how blood clots can form up in there, or hopefully you can see there's one right there. We'll move it off to the side. But they get hung up in all that vascularity there, and it does the same thing in the human heart. See, that's a blood clot right there. See it? We'll get that out of there. Get it out of our way. Everybody good? And below that, let's get these, see if I can get the blood clot. We'll get it when we get in there. All right, when you look at the outside surface of the heart, this is what we call the left anterior descending coronary artery. You see it comes down, it separates the two situations here. This being the right, this being the left. And the left is much bigger, and if you touch it, it's much firmer than one side, the other side is. On the back side, we have the right coronary artery, and over here we have the circumflex coronary artery. You see they kind of come around. They also kind of a little bit of a swirl pattern to them. If we didn't have the endocardium, or excuse me, the epicardium on the outside, which is a membrane layer, you could actually see that the cardiac muscle actually forms in a spiral shape, which is kind of weird. And we're going to talk about that down the road, because when the heart pumps, it spins on its axis. It's like if you're wringing out a washcloth trying to get all the water out of it. That's the same way it does too. That's the same way it does. And sometimes on echo, when you look at it in a short axis, you can actually see a little bit of that squeeze action. And as you move from the top to the bottom, it's going to go from here to the bottom. It's going the opposite direction. So it's kind of an interesting thing to see.
It moves a lot, huh?
It does in some people. Not me. And what we have here, this big mass of stuff that you're looking at here, there's the coronary sinus is there. And if I were to cut that, we'll see here. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about.
It's going to flick blood on one of the two of us.
No. Wow, I missed it. Cool, Paul. Right there. That's the coronary sinus. It's passing behind the backside of the heart.
That left faded tissue right there.
Oh, yeah, see, I passed it through.
Oh, man.
Huh? But that's taking coronary blood and bringing it back to the right
Now,
atrium.
I totally get the coronary sinus because it does not depict that in an anatomy picture in any book.
But you see what I'm talking about? You see the vessel coming all across here
Finally.
in the fold, and the fat kind of closes it off. Cool? And if we look at one of the coronary arteries, we see the same thing. See, we come across here, we can actually, you can see this is the coronary artery following down in this groove. And it's not that it's a really huge thing. It's just that, I don't know if I can do this yet. It's bleeding, but that's okay. We'll open it up in a minute. You lost your student already, Troy? Where'd your possible student go?
He just wants some info.
Oh, okay. Let's see, I'm going to open up, this is the right side. Make sure you get the late side, Paul. It doesn't cut well without it. Troy generally does this, y'all, so he likes to do this.
Check out my axe. Do you really? Is he doing that to you again?
I usually let the students cut it.
All right. Here you can see as we've opened up the right ventricle.
Look at all that steak.
It's a tough one.
Blood clot.
All right. What you're looking at here is chordae tendineae in the right ventricle. You see how they're white? This is the tricuspid valve. You can see my fingers under there, and it's very, very thin. You can see my finger actually pass under the leaflet. And this is a papillary muscle, and this also is a papillary muscle down here, the bigger area here.
Is that one big strand compiled of many little?
Now this is actually multiple, see? You can see there. But they're pretty strong.
Very strong.
Huh? Pretty strong. So it's not likely that they're going to come apart. Take that muscle off of there so you can, let's come from this side. Now if I continue to open the right ventricle all the way to the apex here, and we'll open this on up a little bit. You can see that back here, get that jelly out of there.
That's what you.
That'll come out in the wash tonight. All right, y'all see this this big band right here?
Moderator.
That's the moderator band. That's the reason you can see it's so big. That's the reason we can see it on ultrasound. It has it has no function other than to carry an electrical impulse. Doesn't do anything. Pretty cool? This thing. I didn't sever it, so we're good to go there. This is all the inside of the right ventricle that you're looking at here. And you can see that the walls here they're thick, but they're not going to be as thick as what we're going to see over here. Fair enough? Pretty cool?
Cool.
Pretty cool. All right. Outflow for this chamber. I guess I'll have to come all the way through it. You've seen the mitral valve? I can come through the atrial appendage. I didn't want to, though. What y'all think? How should I open this?
However you like.
Huh?
However you like.
All right. This is the pulmonary side of things. So I'm just trying to open this up.
I'm going to send all of y'all this video too.
Again, this is the right ventricle. There's your moderator band. Slice the moderator band. And we open that out. Now up here you can see this is the pulmonary valve, and it's cusp shape. You see what I'm talking about? Semi-lunar. Looks like a parachute when it opens up. And what you'll notice about valves is they're very thin and pliable. And as you get close to the tips of them, at the outside edges, they look like they get a little bit thicker along the commissural line. And that's a leaflet of the tricuspid. You can see it's fairly large. And again, if I pass my finger behind it, you can see my finger move through the leaflet. It's not real thick, but it is very, very hard, and you can see the chordae tendineae and stuff like that. So if there's anything you really want to know, look at, play with, guys, it's all cool stuff. And we can go right through that onto the left heart. Let's see, do we want to open it the same way? Let's see here. Wrong side of the knife. You think that knife's sharp?
Yeah.
Don't you wish you had that next time you went to the steakhouse?
No.
Oh, no?
I need a bigger
It's
knife.
terrific. It takes letters out.